Hi, welcome to the Royal Clutch C68 review video.
Nice and cozy, eh?
What's up guys, Sauce here. Hope your day is going well. So today we'll be taking a look at a Hall Effect keyboard, a budget Hall Effect keyboard in fact. This is the Royal Clutch C68 HE.
Come on, man.
Now, as you can hear by that doesn't sound too good. There are many reasons why this keyboard honestly doesn't sound too good, but this is a Hall Effect keyboard that is budget friendly, so you gotta cut it a little bit of slack. This is Royal Clutch's first magnetic switch keyboard, so it's really exciting. We'll get more into that, but before we get started, I would like you guys to know I did release some new 3D models. Go ahead and check them out. Link will be in the description. Thank you guys so much for your support on all my 3D models, desk mats, wallpapers. You know, I do really appreciate it. Anyway, let's get started. So this is one of the first magnetic switch keyboards from Royal Clutch, and it's really cool because this is a budget friendly one. This is a 65% keyboard, and although it's not my favorite 65% layout, it is really compact, and I know a lot of you guys will like it. In the box you get your standard things like the switch and keycap puller, USB-C cable. It's a pretty beefy USB-C cable, and 4 extra switches. Thumbs up for that. This one comes in only one color right now, and it's this green one. The user manual is on the inside of this plastic. And this is what the keyboard looks like. One thing you'll notice right away with the keyboard is it's really light. I actually put it on the scale to show you how much it weighs, but it's very light. This is a Hall Effect keyboard, so it comes with all the cool features of a Hall Effect keyboard, such as rapid trigger and advanced magnetic key functions such as DKS, MPT, and other features as well. I don't know how to use all the different features, but I know a lot of you guys who use Hall Effect keyboards know what this is all about. It's really different functions to help you play games smarter and kind of like a cheat code in some ways. I know some Hall Effect keyboard functions have been banned, such as Counter-Strike with the snappy tappy. Keyboard honestly looks really clean except the logo at the front. I think it really does ruin the vibe of the keyboard because the keyboard is really smooth. I really do like the design on the side of the keyboard, on the left side and the right side. There are 3 different sound dampening elements to it. But even with that, the keyboard sounds very hollow. Combined with it being a plastic keyboard, it doesn't sound that good. There's an Ava sound dampening foam, and then a bottom silicone dampener pad. And with all of that, it still doesn't sound like there's a lot of foam inside. It sounds kind of hollow. This is the type of keyboard I would say go ahead and open it and try to put tape mod or mod it in some way. You can definitely afford to put some tape mod on it. This helps it sound more thocky or deeper. This keyboard has an 8000 Hertz polling rate and low latency at 0.125 milliseconds. Keyboard also has RGB backlighting. It's not tri-mode, so you can only use this keyboard with cable. This keyboard also uses Royal Clutch's web-based software, and I'll show that later on in the video. You can also change the RGB on the web-based software. You can change the keys. You can also change the actuation. This basically means you can change when the keyboard is actively pressed when you press it down, which is a lot better on Hall Effect keyboards than it is on regular mechanical switch keyboards. That's like the best thing about Hall Effect keyboards. I'm not really sure what switches these are, but these are magnetic switches. I'm not sure what the brand is or what the name are. Another thing is these switches say they're not hot swappable. They're RK magnetic switches only. That's not true. I tried using the Gateron Jade Pro switches on them and they did work. So they're not hot swappable in the sense you can use regular switches, but you can use Hall Effect switches on them. I'll put the specs about the switches on the screen as well, so you can go ahead and check it out. These are not cherry profile keycaps. These are actually MDA profile keycaps. Although the color of the keycaps are really nice and beautiful, do get used to it, but it's not really that nice compared to like cherry profile, MOA profiles. I think they went with this profile because there's no levels at the bottom, so you can't raise the keyboard up. MDA profile keycaps kind of like slant upwards, so it is a little bit more comfortable to type on without the stand. But these profile keycaps are definitely not the ones I would go for. Also, the keycaps having the secondary functions on them is kind of annoying. Of course, it's really useful, but after getting used to it and knowing what it does, it really starts to get ugly. But having the labels on there is really useful if you don't know that. But once you get used to it, you kind of just know what it is. Of course, you can change the keycaps out to something else. These are PBT keycaps, and it does feel really amazing. They're really smooth as well. So this is the C68 landing page. As you can see, it says it's $65 right now, but with the code SPOOKY15, you do get it for $58. Where it says language US English, you can change that to German, Spanish, French, or Japanese. You can see the highlights about the keyboard right here. This is Royal Clutch's first Hall Effect Switch keyboard. You can see the tech specs here, what's included in the package, the user manual, and the arcade launcher. And as you scroll down, you see more facts about the keyboard, such as the switches, the rapid trigger, EK polling rate, layers to it, and compared to other keyboards. Alright, so this is the software for the C68, and as you can see, you do get 4 different configurations that you can choose from. You have the lighting settings, performance settings, custom keys, advanced keys, macro management, and updating. Down here, you can switch it to English. This page right here is the lighting settings. You can click static, dynamic, or make your own custom ones. And then on to the next page, you have the performance setting. You have the global travel, which is set to the minimum. So when you click it, it clicks a lot faster. Select all, or you can individually click them here. And these are the normal travel settings. You have rapid trigger settings as well. First trigger stroke, then the dynamic trigger press, and then dynamic reset, travel reset. Let's make it 2. The resets once we get down here. And you have some advanced settings. You can also change the polling rate right here. And here you can work on calibrating the keyboard as well. And this page is to change the keys. You can of course do letters, numbers, symbolic keys, basic keys, function keys, keyboard control, mouse functions, or combination keys. You can switch between Windows and Mac. FN0 layer, which is basically the main keyboard layer. The FN1 is when you click FN1, and then for FN2 and FN3, you have to set keys for those before you can add functions to those. Next page is the advanced keys. So let's say we want to do A. You have these different options, and then you also have macros. Let's go ahead and do SOCD. Let's do A and D. So you have these different options. Back cover, the button press back overwrites the previous one. So if you click A and then you click D, D will activate. If you click back A activates. That's basically how that works for SOCD. So say if I click A, I'm going left. Once I click D, I can move right. But once I let D go, I don't have to click A again because my finger's already down on A. You have many other functions. MPT, a single key triggers 3 different keys at once. Let's try that one. This one key will trigger 3 different things at once. If we want to get crazy with like movement, let's say we move forward, we move left, then we move right. So if I were to click 5 a little bit, I go forward. If I click a little bit lower, I go left. And if I click all the way, I start going right. Onto the macro management. You can create macros on this page and then assign them to custom keys on the advanced key option. So click one macro and select the macro that you created. And then down here, you can update the keyboard if there's a new update. The first time loading this page takes a really long time, so please be patient and wait for it to actually load. Let's get back to the video. And for my final thoughts, this is Royal Clutch's first magnetic switch keyboard in the space. I think for their first roundabout, pretty good. Although it doesn't sound good, first magnetic switch keyboards always don't sound good anyway. You can definitely modify this keyboard to make it sound better. It's a really budget-friendly keyboard. It's not $200, it's $60. With a few modifications, this keyboard could sound extremely good. The switches, of course, could be better. The foam on the inside as well could definitely be better. But I've heard $200 keyboards that sound just as bad as this. So at a $60 price point, you are getting a Hall Effect keyboard, which has RGB and all the cool gaming features. I definitely give a thumbs up to Royal Clutch for making a budget-friendly Hall Effect keyboard. It has RGB, which you can customize. It's a hot swappable Hall Effect switch keyboard, meaning you can change out the switches to cooler Hall Effect switches, of course. And it runs on a web-based software, which is a thumbs up as well. At this price point, if this is your first Hall Effect keyboard and you're on a budget, I think it's worth trying out. At least you won't be bummed out spending $200 on a Hall Effect keyboard and then realizing you don't like Hall Effect keyboards. As I mentioned earlier, this is a 65% keyboard. Definitely not my favorite layout of a 65% keyboard, but it's very compact. It's portable and very nice. Shout out to Royal Clutch for sending this keyboard out. Comment below what you guys think about this keyboard. Is this a thumbs up, thumbs down? Let me know. Let's get into the sound test. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment below, what do you think about this keyboard? This is a Hall-Effect keyboard by Royal Clutch, the first one of its kind from Royal Clutch. For their first iteration of a magnetic switch keyboard, comment below what you think. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.